Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Aisha. The only thing with the musicians, they need to be on time. Thank you. So now you're going to see the ladies in their African evening wear. This is where the lady talks, opens her mouth, and then we realize, does beauty go with brains, right? Because they could look so nice, are they really able to sell? Will they be able to sell our country outside? Will they be able to, not just to sell our country outside, but if we pick her to be Mrs. World, will she be able to represent as well? So ladies, we have our first contestant walking on stage, looking really, really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Mrs. Wanjiru Buru. I've been married for the last 3 years and a proud mother of one. I'm today standing in front of you, for I strongly believe what a woman perceives and believes can always be achieved. I also strongly believe that beauty without a brain it's just like a dry running tap, just a display. I also believe there cannot be true democracy unless women's voices are heard. And again, there can never be true democracy unless women are given opportunity to take responsibility of their lives. It is in the same angle that I strongly support the fact that a nation can never be a nation without marriages. So high time Kenyans, you join hands and support the marriages as a nation continuity. For I believe there can never be a nation without families, and families can never be pronounced as families without marriages. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our next contestant. And ladies, you have 1 minute, so 1.5 minutes. Don't tell us your whole life history.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Masikimani. I've been married for the last 19 years. And we have 2 children. I have been sensitive about healthy eating ever since I was a young girl. Even with my peers, with the people I interact with every other day, I always sensitize them about healthy eating. And through this platform of Mrs. Kenya, given a chance, I believe I'll reach far and wide to my fellow Kenyans so that they can understand the meaning of having a healthy relationship with their food. So that we can put to an end the alarming upsurge of lifestyle diseases like cancer that are threatening the lives of our fellow Kenyans, so that we can have a wealthy and a healthy nation. Thank you.
The ladies each have 1 minute because we are live show, we have 2 hours, and I know they would like to sell their whole story and everything, and it's beautiful. But we have to really cut out on time, so we call our next contestant.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. My name is Mrs. Esther Wahome, HSC. I have been married for 15 years and God has blessed my husband and I with 3 beautiful kids. Ladies and gentlemen, if I become Mrs. World Kenya 2011, I'm going to continue with an initiative that I've been spearheading, and that is blood donation, which I spearhead as the Goodwill Ambassador. With the hope of Hope Worldwide Kenya and National Blood Transfusion Services, I am going to advocate and fundraise for blood donation. Ladies and gentlemen, in Kenya, we get to know when Kenyans are suffering from hunger and other ailments, but we never get to know that there are a lot of Kenyans dying in hospitals because of lack of safe blood in our blood banks. According to the report of World Health Organization, the year 2002, the increase and the rise of new infections of HIV/AIDS in developing countries are due to lack of safe blood in blood banks. So I'm going to advocate for this because it is safe and it saves lives. God bless you.
We'll call our next contestant. When these ladies get the mic, you better watch out. We have to be like, you know, but they all have really beautiful things to say about the things that they have to do.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Jane Getao, a mother of 4, married for 16 years, and still in love. If given a chance as Mrs. Kenya, Mrs. World Kenya, I'll advocate for career choices and mentorship. This is something I love because I love counseling the youth in the church and even in the schools. Right now, the Form 4s are sitting for the exams. If you ask them what they want to go for, they may not be able to know. I'll be there to guide them. This is whereby sometimes students make a lot of mistakes when they are choosing their careers, and that is why you find there's a lot of influx of people flowing from Kenya to America to look for any job. Kenyans have become jack of all trades. They don't know exactly what they want, and I shall be there to guide them. I shall help. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Jen Gitao. Our next contestant.
Gentlemen, my name is Mrs. Caroline Chege. I've been married for 9 years. I'm proud mother of 2. If I'll be crowned to be Mrs. Kenya 2011, I will advocate for sexual child abuse. These have taken a lot of many innocent child from us. It have robbed their childhood, and they are left with guilt in their life, and they feel damaged until we do something, until we intervene. They will be having a long consequences in their life. Let us do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. The next contestant, Amy. Amazing the project that these women are thinking of doing and are already doing. Amy, do your thing.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Amy Saya Ngune. I've been married for 22 years. And we've been blessed with 4 children. Okay, given a chance to be Miss Kenya, I'll have to advocate for the awareness and prevention of drug and substance abuse in children of ages 5 to 12. Initially, we have been doing it for adolescents, but research shows that 1 out of every 15 students of Kenya is abusing drugs. So that's an alarming attack on us. So we have to try hard to alert the children when they are still young. And when they get to adolescent, they'll be knowing about the menace. And Kenya will be a good country. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmy. Emmy, another contestant with amazing, amazing projects as a teacher. We love teachers. They're the ones who have made us who we are today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Joyce Meso. I've been married for 1 year. If I am chosen, given a chance to be the Mrs. World Kenya 2011, I really want to advocate for family HIV awareness within the family setup. As much as HIV has been dealt with, we are seeing that the married people are it's really going up in the marriage. But the most concentrated parts are the youth. But now our families are dying. I want to really tackle that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Meso. So with that beautiful outfit. Our next contestant, Maureen.
And welcome to tonight's entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to tonight's entertainment.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Mrs. Maureen Wamboi Mwangi and I've been married for 3 years. The reason why I'm contesting for Mrs. World Kenya is to advocate for family time. That is the husbands having time for their wives and their wives having time for their husbands and also the kids having time for their parents. And with this, I believe there will be communication, respect, and love. Thank you so much.
Either Maureen is a favorite or she brought her whole village.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Susan Wanjiru Kio. I've been married for 3 years and I'm a proud mother of 3. If chosen Mrs. World Kenya 2011, I want to advocate for the place of the boy child in our society. As we have seen in recent times, most of our boys, especially when they reach their teen age, they don't have anyone to speak to, and that is why they have turned into drug abuse and into alcoholism. And therefore, if chosen Mrs. World Kenya, I want to go to the grassroots and all over the country to emphasize on the place of the boy child in our society. Thank you so much.
Our next contestant, number 4.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Lydia Muyala Ondiek. I've been married for 14 years and I've been blessed with 3 beautiful kids. Being a mentor and counselor, my mission and project is concerning the youths. Surely it's an issue that we are neglecting, but it's an issue that if we don't address, we are like people sitting on a time bomb. And if it blasts, we'll be like we have no future to look upon. So to me, I'm advocating about the teen pregnancy. So I've witnessed a 13-year-old giving birth, and therefore it's something that pains, and I'm there to advocate for it so that we may wake up and address this issue as a nation. So if given chance, I will take this project to a higher height so we can rescue our youths. God bless you.
Thank you. Again, beautiful, beautiful project. These women are amazing. Their platforms are really issues that are facing a society that need to be addressed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Martha Wamboi Gitonga. I have been married for 3 years. If I get the chance to become Mrs. Kenya 2011, I would advocate to empower women as well as raise funds to help women who are suffering from fistula, which is a serious medical disease whereby a hole develops in between the rectum and the birth canal. These women need our help because they cannot be able to hold their urine. We've heard about it even in the television. The women who are mostly affected are women in the rural areas, which is the highest percentage. I will team up with the government and other organizations to help these women create medical facilities so that we can put a smile in their faces. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I mean, who would ever have thought? Who would ever have thought? These women have researched, these women are read, they're educated, they know what issues we're facing, and their husbands are very excited. They are waving at them. Our next contestant.
Just have to follow the right route. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Mrs. Victoria Mweni Kimani. I've been married for the last 18 years. I'm a proud mother of 2 children. In event I win this Mrs. Kenya contest 2011, I will advocate for child abuse. They say, work with no play makes Jack a dull boy. It is in this glaring simple statement that invited United Nations Convention to start for the children's right, Article number 31, for the right of a child. The state party agreed to stand for the children's right to play and rest. And if I win, I will advocate for child abuse. Thank you and welcome.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I think that was our last contestant. These women, like I said, they're amazing. If they get to go out, they will go and promote as well. If they get to stay here, I hope that if they're not crowned tonight, they won't just sit back and say, you know what, that's it. I have urged them, I have talked to them, and they have promised me that even if we don't get to wear the crown tonight, we will talk about our projects. We will promote our projects. We will make our husbands and our families proud. And I know from experience from the previous contestants who were there for my first Mrs. Kenya, these women don't stop. There's nothing that really stops them. So many of them have gone and really made a great life for themselves. So as we invite the ladies again on stage for you to have a second look, these women have picked one among them who they feel is the most friendly person among the whole group, and we'll be making those awards as the women come on stage. So women, come back on stage. We need to see you again in your beautiful costumes. Judges, again, don't look at the outfits and go, wow, we need a winner. Our time is getting there, where finally we need to crown a woman tonight. So take a second look as these women come on stage. Take a second look, pick your favorites. Pick your favorites. She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your name. Amazing, amazing, beautiful women. I love what I do. Look at the beautiful women of Mrs. Kenya 2011. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl. A sexy
Yes, I can see you. Every girl here wanna be you.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I mean, really, I am so glad that this is not the year that I'm contesting, because these ladies would definitely have given me a run for it. So I'm lucky that I'm just producing the show, that I own the franchise. Women like these give me hope that I'm doing a good thing. If I had brought the concept here and nobody really bothered with it, that would have killed me. But seeing them on stage with such amazing, amazing project that they want to do, then I know that I'm making a difference. So from now, we are going to crown the lady that all of you have said is the most friendly person among all of you. And that will be a first category. And you ladies have chosen Jane Gitao as the most friendly person among all of you. Jane has really, really, really been getting those awards out there. So we should be crowning her. Everybody at the back, get ready. We have 2 other awards that we need to give to the ladies that the secretariat, the public that has been watching them on TV, has given us. So I'm not going to announce them until Jane is given what is hers. That is Mrs. Friendship right there. It's amazing. It's amazing. Some of the things you wouldn't, I'm sure in the audience would have probably had a different Mrs. Friendly, but the ladies themselves have said that Jen Gitao takes it all. The next award, like I said, that all of you have helped us to pick, is the best personality. Somebody who has won the hearts of everybody where she's gone. Somebody who is humble, who has done amazing, amazing work with the career that God has given her. And that is Amy Amugune. Amy Amugune, yes. Our Mrs. Personality. Our Mrs. Personality herself. Amy is a teacher, amazing, amazing lady. When she talks about her career, she talks about it with a passion. Wow, I'm sure she's feeling all nice, and her husband is sitting back there and saying, who would have ever thought? There you go. There you go. Amazing woman. The next award that we are going to give tonight is Mrs. Most Achieved, a lady who has come a long way. Somebody who has really, really come from far. In fact, it's just amazing. She had to quit. She didn't have school fees, so she ended up not. Anyway, let me call her, then give you her story. Caroline Mwangi. Caroline Mwangi. All right. She'll tell you the story once the media follows up with her, but amazing woman. This woman has come a long way. A long way she has really come. Mrs. Great Achievement. You can be anybody and get up here and make a life for yourself. Caroline Mwangi. The other ladies are also amazing. I mean, it was hard to pick these awards, but again, everybody out there helped us with that. Amazing, amazing. And all these women, and one in particular tonight, will get to work with our sponsors who have been so, so amazing in what they have done for us. Really amazing. Without you sponsors, we wouldn't be here. I have had great sponsors even in the previous year. Last year, even when I didn't have a big show, Mr. Bauer of Oxford Bleach came up and saved me. And I see him in the audience. Thank you, sir, for believing in me when most people did not. Thank you, thank you. Nice and lovely. Safaricom, everybody. Ultimate Spa. Thank you people. You have made us really, really proud. So as the ladies go backstage, we are actually going to call our top 6. So if the judges could give us our top 6. And maybe before we do that, we can have somebody, an entertainer, come and entertain before we call the top 6. And ladies, when you call the top 6, if you're not among the top 6, it doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. It doesn't mean that we don't believe in you. It's just that sometimes you really only can pick so many. We love you. We love you guys for supporting us women. As the judges do the calculating and all that, you'll give us the top 6. So we'll have an entertainer come and entertain us. I think Aisha is coming. Aisha, please try to be on time on stage. Aisha, we need you to come on stage and give us an entertainment before the judges figure out who our top 6 are. If we don't have Aisha, the other entertainer that we had that's ready, we don't have time to wait. We don't have time to wait. Aisha, you're keeping us waiting.
Yeah, DJ, give me the track. Let's show you what we got. And give me sound. Let's make it live. Let's make it live back in here.
Me I feel sad, you will get what you give and you give what you get. So live positive, life is too real. If that love don't work, let it go. If that job don't fit, then quit and find another one. Stress free, life goes on, you know, for real. I'm riding through life. Me now wasting no time, for me now I no regret. Ukika sirika udia unune, bado duwa itawaka. Ukifurahia uteke uteze, bado duwa itawaka. Kihisi ni kama we unanyanyaswa, bado duwa itawaka. Maisha yakija yakupendekeze, bado duwa itawaka. Inategemea raha yako ni ipi. You better find it real fast. Hakuna haja ya kufupisha maisha na mawazo kibao. Kama ni kwenye boxi backseat tukikox, amani earphones kwa masikio on the go. Haijalishi kenye wewe utadu, tujua bado itawaka. I'm riding through life. Me now wasting no time, for me now I no regret. Ukikasirika ulie unune, bado jua itawaka. Ukifurahia uteke uteze, bado jua itawaka. Kihisi ni kama we unanyanyaswa, bado jua itawaka. Maisha yakija yakupendekeze.
Yeah, twende inategemea. Forget everything. Hakuna cha kudelay. Come with me. Live life like it's the last day. Forget everything. Hakuna cha kudelay. Hey. Thank you so much. Asanteni.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are waiting for our top 6, we promised you we are going to do the top 6, and we are going to do that. Well, the judges are still working on it here at the back. I would like to give a vote of thanks and acknowledge Mrs. Kamungi of Vera Beauty College, who I was introduced to in 2005 when I came to Kenya. She has made me and has contributed to who I am here in Kenya. She introduced me to the media. She introduced me to all the right people that I needed to know to become who I am right now. The rest was up to me, but she was my mentor. She has mentored these women as well and has really made a big difference in their lives. She's a woman that most of you know about and really, really an amazing person. So we're waiting for the top 6. Still waiting for the top 6. We need to have them. The ladies are very anxious, powdering their noses at the back and putting on some lipstick. Judges are having a difficult time picking the top 6. I don't blame them. Judges really try to work a bit quick. I know it's hard. We need the names of our top 6 ladies. These women who have really come a long way in making a difference in their lives. You'll also see the former winner that we crowned last year. She's in the background. Again, really a beautiful woman. And one day, I hope to bring the Mrs. World here. So I hope the sponsors back there, you're trying to figure out what it requires. Our country needs to come up with less than 20 million, only 15 million or 16 million Kenya shillings to bring the Mrs. World here. That is very little money for a country like ours. If the whole country has to do a joint harambe to invite the Mrs. World here, that is what we have to do. When I saw the coverage that India and Russia got for those 3 years, we need that coverage for Kenya. In the US, nobody knows about Nairobi. I mean, they saw it during the tribal clashes. They need to see the kind of building we have. Our great resources, our tea and coffee plantations. They need to see all these things that we have as a country. Our national parks. Okay, I understand I have now to call the former Mrs. Kenya to say something before we crown. And we're running out of time. So Betty Akinyi Kakenyi, come, she's really beautiful. You'll see what has been happening to her since we crowned her.
Hello, hi. Good evening, guys. I'm honored to be here. My name's Mrs. Beatrice Akinyi Kanyeki. And I was crowned last year. Okay, I'm honored to be here today, alongside with my husband, Mr. Kanyeki, if you can wave to the crowd. Yeah, that is the former Mr. Kenya. And so I represented Kenya in Vietnam. And I've been working alongside with Mrs. Kamunge, empowering women. And I'm happy today. I'm honored because I'm going to crown to the next beautiful woman who is going to represent us as African women, Kenyan women. And I'm so grateful to be here with you guys today. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for our former Mrs. Kenya. Now, our crowd in the studio today, whom do you think is going to be Mrs. Kenya 2011? Okay, fine. Hold your horses. In a few minutes, we are going to be knowing who the crowning Mrs. Kenya 2011 is going to be. Meanwhile, I'm going to say a big thank you to our sponsors once again. And as we were being shown live, another sponsor has just called in to say that he's going to sponsor the air ticket for the crowned Mrs. Kenya 2011 to the USA, where we're going to hold the Mrs. World. Thank you very much. His name is Mr. Bauer of Magic Oxy Bleach. Thank you very much, Mr. Bauer, for coming right on time when you're needed. The other sponsors want to say Asante Sana. You've been great. We would not have been able to do this without you. Now, as we prepare to have the top 6, I know this is a very difficult job. And the top 6, of course, are going to be asked some very difficult questions by the judges very quickly, so that by the time we announce who the winner is, there'll be no doubt in your mind. So the corner there, hold your horses and keep your fingers crossed that the person you're thinking is Mrs. 2011 will be the one that will be crowned today. So I think we can continue. Thank you very much.
Judges, we need the top 6. So if you can announce the top 6 from where you are, we are running out of time. Please. You want the crowd to help you? idea. Yeah, we need to crown somebody. We need to crown somebody. Judges, I know it's difficult, but we picked you because of the experience. We need to be crowning somebody in the next few minutes. Okay, so I'll continue with my story of inviting the Mrs. World here. I tried last time with the Ministry of Tourism. I was told they're not the ones who invite contestants here from the Mrs. World. I think I was referred to the Ministry of Culture or National Heritage or something like that. So if you are out there, help me. Help me to invite the Mrs. World here. Can we as a country afford about 15 million, 18 million? Can we as a country? Are we able as Kenya to invite a whole Mrs. World here? To be the first African country to host the Mrs. World in Kenya? We can, and I know that we will. Even just with our sponsors, we can. And like I said, if we have to do a haram